Welcome to the Safely Controlled Podcast, a show where we think we know what we're talking about, but we're still deeply confused.
That's right, those mysterious, spooky, and sometimes downright ridiculous anomalies that the SCP Foundation works so hard to keep under control.
How do they control them? Why do they control them? Honestly, we're still figuring that out. But hey, we got dice, and that's all we need to choose which SCP we're probably going to mispronounce today.
From homicidal rubber ducks to existentially horrifying vending machines, we're here to explain them to you. Mostly.
So buckle up and suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be entertained by two people pretending they know what's going on. None of that's going in the episode.
All right.
That's the beginning. See? That's the beginning now.
This is our new intro.
No. That's next
Just
week.
bleep them all out.
That's next week.
Just one long giant bleep at the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
None of that's going in, by the way.
it's like a 2-minute bleep.
All right, so anyway, this is our last episode of the season.
Yes.
This is the final episode, and today it's the three of us. It's me, Rob, and Anna. And the fact that it's just lucky that Anna's here today. We're transitional periods.
I quit my job.
Well, she did quit her job. She has another one. It's not like she's unemployed. But you know,
Congrats, Anna.
yeah. Are you excited for your new job?
New old job? Yes.
Your old new job? You're going back to where you used to work.
Yeah.
But it's been now a full year of doing this podcast, and like the fact that you two have given me like your time and effort to make this possible. And thank you both.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Obviously more than Rob than you, but I do love you.
I live here. You better.
Yeah.
I pop in on occasion.
As do I.
So I figured for the last episode to have the three of us together for the first season, and this is going to be something fun. We are recapping the Ninth World Hub's the set of 9.
Mm-hmm.
You and I have read the set of 9. We're going to skim through that with Anna. Just a little bit of a recap of what was happening. Maybe go to the descriptions and then read them back over again.
Mm-hmm. Just to refresh everyone's memory.
But this is the thing that I want to point out to you, Rob, in particular. So we are going to be reading parts, I think it's 6. Yeah, because part 5, I'm pretty sure, would have been... Yeah. That's the Revelations of the Author. That's the story where the crazy woman came out and started fucking shouting at them in the deep voice or whatever. I'm skipping whatever that is, and we're just going to go ahead. And today we're reading part 6 and part 7 of the set of 9.
So we're finishing it.
Just to try to finish it. There's a side story at the end here, but it's one of those things. We can go back to it later, but I highly doubt that we will. But once we're done with the set of 9, if you click Site 78 of Chugwater... Look at all these SCPs.
What are all those?
And they're all, once again, here
Related?
he is again. Whatever the fuck that says again. What does that say?
SYTCYFNON. I'm sure it means
City
something.
Fannin. City C Fannin.
Whatever this author is, they are basically in charge of the entire Site 78 theme, the entire Ninth World Hub. This name is all over this page, and I think that first of all, I do thank this person for writing this and give us the content and the stories that we have been reading for the past year or so, on and off. But I figured at some point in the second season, we're going to start reading the Chugwater Chronicles or whatever the hell they're called. Yeah.
All right.
Chugwater Chronicles, and then Life at 78, and then we'll probably end up going from there. But I guess the one thing that I kind of wanted to do, since we are... Well, Anna's not too familiar with what we already read. Go ahead and give a brief description of every book. But the one thing that I kind of want to do is just read a couple of things on this page. But before that, does anybody have any small coffee talk for us to have today? Besides quitting your jobs.
Yeah, my small coffee talk is the fact that we went to the eye doctor the other day.
Oh.
My eyes have actually gotten better So my prescription in my glasses is too strong, and for that reason, I cannot see the computer. So I'm going to ask you to zoom in on that.
Oh, make it bigger. It's usually bigger. How about that?
That's much better.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting here, like, I went and got Tylenol because I'm like, I can feel the headache already because I'm going to be sitting here squinting like a motherfucker the entire time.
So when are you getting your glasses back?
We got the prescription already. They'll be here in like a week, and then I went online and we have a thing called an HSA card because big girl shit.
Yeah.
And I might have dropped like another $200 on like 3 or 4 pairs of glasses.
That's insanity.
Now I got a pair of sunglasses. Like
I should have gotten the pair of smart glasses. That's really funny that you're giving me both mics for continuity and people that you can't see what we're doing here. I broke the mic boom arm that Rob normally uses.
He did.
Out of a fit of rage before we started recording.
It
I
happens.
don't see it. It must be in pieces.
It's in the garbage.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. I got my eyes checked. I'm getting my glasses too.
You're getting glasses?
Yeah, because I can't see.
I didn't know you can't see. Are you nearsighted or farsighted?
I'm farsighted.
Ah.
No, wait, what?
Farsighted
Means I can only see near?
I feel like there's like a 50-50 shot here, and I feel like I'm going to get it wrong. Well, here's my thing. I can't see far away.
Right. That's
But-
what I can't.
So you're nearsighted.
Nearsighted. Thank
Then I'm nearsighted with way too much astigmatism.
you. Yeah, well,
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I can't see close and I can't see far because whichever one it is, I can't see up close because of my astigmatism and I can't see far because of my prescription. However that works, I just can't see.
I was trying to read Call of Duty codes off the back of a tab on a Monster can, and she had to do it because I couldn't fucking see the tiny little letters.
And even at that point, I'm like squinting my eye and like tilting it, like trying to figure it out because I'm like, I can't see shit. We don't have necessarily bad eyes, but our astigmatism is like.
I didn't know.
And I told him, I'm like, what if I'm not cute anymore when you get glasses?
The very nice doctor told me, she's like, you should
Silly.
have probably been wearing glasses this whole time. I mean, I used to wear glasses when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then the older I got, the more irresponsible I got. And my parents were like, fuck you, go get your own glasses.
Yeah.
Because it costs money. I
'Cause,
understand.
you break them all the time. Yeah.
Or lose them, whatever.
Whatever.
I haven't worn glasses now in probably like 15 years, 10, 15 years. And then that whole time, she's like, yeah, you probably should have been.
Well, you're getting older too. My eyes are still inflated.
When was the last time you got your eyes checked?
2 years ago.
The puff thing?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That measures the pressure of your eyeball.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hated it.
That's
And
what.
nobody likes it. I mean, who likes getting
Air
air
blown,
blown into your eye?
it's
Do it to your
trash.
cat. They want to kill you.
Yeah.
Whenever I was in with the actual eye doctor, because there was like the testing room where you could all that.
Yeah, we went to
stuff.
Walmart.
Yeah, but it's fine. But
They have the machines.
Nothing's wrong with it.
the rooms are right beside each other, so I'm in with the doctor. I could hear him hollering in the other room, and I'm like, he's getting the eye puff test done.
I can just hear him screaming.
I heard it, and I'm like, I started to giggle. But yeah, no, I mean, I had that done. I'm still good for it now. Obviously, I'm not going blind, but I have to go back every year now because the pressure is building quicker now.
Mm-hmm.
It was slightly worse than last time, so she's like, you just got to keep coming back. We'll do the test. Like, they take the giant picture of the back of your eye to check your optic nerve, and she's like, everything is still looking great, but no pun intended, we have to keep an eye on this. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't want to go blind. I'll be back in 10 months, not 12. Well, I'll up it a little bit for you.
Why does it seem like looking at or at least checking your eyes yearly is a good thing, especially if you wear glasses?
Why is it so?
No, I'm saying that if you're like, oh, I have to go back every year now, like I feel like you should just do that.
Well, just like the dentist.
Right.
Yeah.
Thing.
I don't go to the dentist.
Okay.
My dentist is mean.
I tried to get you into my dentist.
Find a new dentist.
Yeah.
I want to actually get a secondary dentist. That way, if mine is ever busy, I have somewhere else I can go.
How's your hip?
Need a new one?
You want me to put you to sleep?
For permanently? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, please.
We can have that.
No.
Neutralize.
Well, I can't say. We can't talk
Object.
about this. Can we talk about this?
What's wrong with your hip? Yeah, tell me.
No, putting me down.
Oh, well,
I wasn't going to actually do that.
technically, there is a thing now that, like, medically speaking, you can do that. Did you know that?
Put yourself down?
Yeah, there's medically assisted
Yeah, in certain countries.
unaliving.
Yeah.
You can't
In
say
like
it.
Sweden or whatever.
Sweden,
Denmark.
Canada.
Denmark. Yeah.
They say, here, go into
There's
this gas chamber
there's a video
at
of
your
like-
own will.
It's not a gas.
I'm not going to watch the video.
It's a video of like the whole process.
Wait a
of-
minute. We saw We saw a movie like that, kind of.
It was
Chemical
a documentary.
imbalances of shit going into them.
When you're doing this, nobody is allowed to administer the medication but yourself. If you were going to go through with this, you either have to take the medication yourself and release it from the bag that's in an IV. Like you have to be able to administer this yourself. Nobody can do it for you.
I like
you
to
are
thank my anesthesiologist because I don't remember his fucking name.
But yeah, no, I mean, I see nothing wrong with it. So Rob,
would you like us to take you to Sweden? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
What a segue, Anna! Holy fuck! She was trying to butter you up!
I know. and that was the opposite, I think.
Oh my god! She turned you off completely of the idea?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not turned off. No. I think whenever people want to do that, they can do whatever they want.
Oh no.
I don't think it should be a problem. I think you should be able to go to the pharmacy and just get a pill.
I mean, you can get a.
Well, I mean, I
you have
guess
to take a couple
technically
of
you'd have
those.
to take a couple hundred or whatever.
Yeah, you'll be.
But I mean, if you want, this is just opening up a huge can of worms here. Yeah, we're just
there's a lot of this talk in some of the SCPs that we read.
There is.
There's a lot of talk about that type of shit.
Yeah.
People have been doing themselves in a couple of times in different files that we've read. We're gonna start reading now.
Yeah, that's
because
a good
it's
idea. We got a lot to do.
We have a lot to read. I mean, it might actually go by, but it is technically two different things.
Yeah.
They're not. I'm pretty sure they're not even SCPs.
They're not?
No, they're just. That's just part 6 and part 7. I think they're other tales. It's chapter 1 and chapter 2 of Lost Souls, Broken Toys. And this is going to be... I did think that I read this. Oh, no, this is the part that I read. A little bit of this. Oh, there's actually... There's 3 things that I wanted to read.
Ratings shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of this was shit.
Right.
I mean, in all honesty, I feel like most of the ratings were not that great. I don't feel like a lot of people have actually seen this.
I was going to say, do you disagree with the ratings?
I love this. I love the entire set of 9. And in particularly, the stuff that we have read already is crazy
really
awesome.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, like the stuff that we always look for and that comes across is like when we can put ourselves in a specific like environment or location that this is taking place. When I get that imagery in my head, I fucking love this shit. But first, we are actually going to read this. And just because of the way that this is actually formatted is a video orientation for Site 78.
Hello, new hires. If you aren't familiar with me, I am Director Leah Aaron Richter. I have been working for the Foundation for over 20 years as an anthropologist and a memeticist. I spent the first 8 years working at Site 43 under Dr. Lillian Lilyhammer and the remaining 12 overseeing the facility you see before you. The Chugwater Research and Development Facility, Site 78, is devoted to the study of anomalous phenomena around the potential nexus of Chugwater, Wyoming. We are supervised by the SCPF Midwest Oversight Committee, also known as the Midwest Command, headed by 0511. Now, I will be forward with you. Getting assigned to Site 78 is not a prestigious thing. We are constantly short-staffed, under-budgeted, and overlooked by Midwest Command. You may find your work here to be seemingly unimportant, menial, and cynical. So why are you about to be shipped off into the back end of the Midwest in some small town in Wyoming that no one has ever heard of? It is because Site 78 has found itself growing faster than I could anticipate in the wake of the Ninth World, and we need every volunteer. But I'm getting ahead of myself. To understand what it is we do here at Site 78, we must start by talking about this lovely town we call Chugwater. Chugwater is a small town in Platte County, Wyoming. The town is only 7.93 square kilometers and is home to 1,750 people. The town was established in 1868 by settlers mapping the valley of the Chug, a cutout of the much larger Chugwater Formation. Before being founded by settlers, this land used to belong to the Mandan tribe, who vacated long before white Americans ever arrived in the area. The reason for this is still being investigated by our anthropologists. The formation is a massive unit of bedrock stretching from Wyoming, Montana, and Colorado that has mostly been ignored by science due to its perceived lack of fossils. However, this gives the Foundation full reign over the research of the town, and as research shows, nothing in Chugwater is ever as it seems. Since then, Chugwater has remained as a strong ranching community, a fact which persists to this day with the fame of the popular rodeo horse, Steamboat. You can find him plastered on every other license plate here in Wyoming.
Is that an actual thing?
I don't know.
Wait.
There is a horse on the Wyoming plate.
Hey!
That's him.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Moving to the Foundation's history with the town, it was first considered as a potential nexus of anomalous activity when SCP-10956 was discovered in 1910. During efforts to contain this anomaly, the research team noted the following about Chugwater. Firstly, Chugwater is home to numerous species of parafauna and paraflora in greater numbers than anywhere in the Midwest. Secondly, the people of Chugwater appear to be oblivious to most anomalous activity. In fact, most of them consider it to be normal. SCP-5866 could land in the town square and no one would bat an eye because, to a resident of Chugwater, of course, dragons are real. Why wouldn't they be? This specific behavior, along with a lack of Foundation facilities in this quadrant of the Midwest, led me to found Site 78 in 2012. And it definitely wasn't the fact that this was the only land we could afford with the grant they gave us. Now to speak on our motto and logo. From the very beginning, I started working at the SCP Foundation because I believed that the work that we do should bring forth some tangible benefit to humanity. However, I feel as though some sites have lost sight of this goal, hence I made it our creed. For the betterment of humanity. For our logo, we chose the Nordic bulk nut because it symbolizes rebirth and has a strong connection to the number 9. The world has entered a new era after all, and we must be the ones to shape it, least our enemies do it first. But what about the number 9? It has a twofold meaning to us as our unofficial objective in the study of the ninth world, as well as the containment of the set of 9. How do we accomplish this task given our small size, you ask? Through very efficient management. At the top is me and the rest of the Department of Administration. We handle the bureaucracy, meetings, and paperwork to keep the resources flowing and the ship sailing. Each department head is to be briefed on all of our site's efforts regardless of clearance. I don't want any secrets being kept between us, and even our lower ranking heads have a right to know what is happening with our move. Each department head is to be briefed on all of our site's efforts regardless of clearance. I don't want any secrets being kept between us, and even our lower ranking heads have a right to know what is happening with our more secretive projects. But that's enough for me. Let's get you all introduced to the department heads and keep this site afloat.
And this is where the magic happens, baby. Welcome to the Department of Mundane Artifacts and Uneventful Data Evaluation, where we put the fundane into mundane. Oh, come on, it's a better motto than declassifying the miscellaneous.
But that one was infinitely less cringe.
We're workshopping it still. I'm Greg Chudley, and I run this place. I've worked here for 6 years in the petaphysics department, and now I've got enough clout to start my own department.
For better or worse.
Don't listen to them. So what do we do here in Mod? Our job is to catalog only the most banal items and relatively benign data. Whether it's an unlucky pair of jorts or a series of overly religious billboards, Mod has you covered.
So what will potential applicants be doing if they're assigned to Mod?
Oh, I have the most boring and menial things for them to do. Very interesting and important work. You'll be helping us sort through all this mess you see here, indexing every single piece of inconsequential data. Or you can get me a coffee. Thanks, Mark.
Why does it seem like you're using this to dump work onto others so you have more time to play League?
You wound me. I'll have you know that Mark does the department a service by freeing up time that I'd spent at coffee machines or shining my shoes. I'm busy overseeing the containment of the set of 9 and its associated copycats, which is our actual primary focus. The mundane stuff is really just a cover.
So it's a task you only assign to the best of the best.
Damn straight. Contain enough loose passwords and anomalous memes, you'll find yourself tracking and identifying the connections to one of the most dangerous set of anomalies this site has ever had the most misfortune of dealing with.
It still sounds like one of the worst assignments on the site.
Yeah, make fun of it all you want. When your refrigerator actually starts running, we'll be there to catch it. And who best to study a creature like that than our lovely camera person over at the Parabiological Sciences? How's that for a transition?
Thank you, Chudley. I'm researcher Maria Megan Johnson, the head of parabiology, arms, and equipment. This is my associate, researcher Lena Laurie.
While we both have been working at the Foundation for 6 years, I'm the head of botany here at Site 78. Our motto is, the fruits of our labor will bear the seeds of tomorrow. I am not the most credentialed person. I'm still working on my bachelor's, and I only have level 2 clearance. Sticking your head in the dirt all day tends to do that.
Now, if you're unfamiliar, the term parabiology is, of course, a portmanteau of paranormal and biology. It refers to the study of anomalous life and its interactions with the environment. It is a huge field of study. The parabiology department is split into 2 sub-departments, botanical sciences and cryptozoology. You'll be working with me if you specialize in animals. This includes coming up with proper taxonomic designations, recording behaviors, and figuring out the mechanisms behind their anomalous biology.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Portmanteau.
The way you said that,
Very posh.
I felt like a rage come out of me. The way that you read that line, I was like, this motherfucker.
Good or bad?
No, it was a great read, but the way that you read it, you
Portmanteau.
No, you went portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
You might as well have said
Paranormal and biology. I don't know. I was going with the flow.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
So you're just telling me to make sure it sounds extra gay when I listen to it. Like, I think
No, when you hear it back, you're gonna go, "Oh, that's what he was."
that's what you meant.
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
And if you're into plants, you'll be helping me study and grow the anomalous plant life that can be found around the Chugwater Valley. Like these SCP-19780 specimens. You might know them better as Mandragora. They have quite the piercing cry, let me tell you.
What's a mandrake?
Harry Potter, the potted plant that screams when you pull it out of the dirt. Mm-hmm. Mandragora is like the literal name of that. Yeah.
Let's not. I didn't bring my hearing protection.
Right. Yes. What else? Oh, we also have a much larger greenhouse outside to house our larger specimens, but make sure you mind SCP-7560. He might convince you to do some radical things.
Oh, don't remind me. He's a handful. Anyways, the efforts of our departments are ultimately going to develop treatments for ailments, both anomalous and non-anomalous. Our director herself already has a product out on the market for episodic ataxia that was made from observations on SCP-6011.
Or you can go hang out with Reggie over in Crypto and talk about how they're fluoridating the water or whatever. And Chudley says, I'm the scattered-brained weirdo.
Now, if you just follow me to the basement, I'll explain arms and equipment.
You know how to make the word anomalous worse? Put the prefix non in front of it.
Yeah.
So you go from amamama to nominama.
Phenomenon. Technical difficulties. We'll be right back.
So freaking cool. Oh, you're recording. Welcome to the basement level. Normally, you aren't allowed down here without level 4 clearance, but the director has allowed me to film in our armory. Here at Arms and Equipment, our motto is Forged in the Fires of Hephaestus, a motor we took from SCP-6952, the whole reason this department exists. We gather classified anomalous materials and use them to create the weapons of the future to arm our premier mobile task force Omega-45, codenamed Street Samurai, which I lead personally. In addition to outfitting our MTF, we have a small, intelligent department as well. They collect data from the surrounding areas and take requests from Midwest Command to respond to these threats within Chugwater and beyond. We do not have many of the soldiers at our disposal, so we have to pick and choose our battles. Street Samurai is, as it stands, our best defense against the threats of the Ninth World has to offer. Whether it be the necromancers of the Sepulchrum or the growing threat of the Val Raven, we're more than prepared.
Keep that hat on, Researcher Johnson. We can't have anyone beaming misinformation into our heads during the crucial video.
It's on, Reggie. Don't worry, just talk.
Where are my manners? I am Dr. Reginald Whitlock, but I am only to be referred by the preferred nickname of Reggie. I recently transferred from Site 44's cryptozoology division to start a branch here in Chugwater.
Cryptozoology? Can you explain what makes an entity a cryptid?
Well, of course. I define a cryptid as any parafauna whose existence is often disputed, leading to the creation of stories and legends surrounding it. Although this term is mostly unofficial, we do not use the term cryptobiota to talk about anomalous wildlife, however.
Can you compare a few entities to give us a clearer picture?
Yes. This is a common question. We'll take SCP-7261, for example, which is a prominent fixture of Mexican legend, but they never had quite the debate surrounding their existence like Chugwater's own cryptid, 7975. The Chugwater frogman, on the other hand, has been the subject of countless investigations and blurry videos, but we will apprehend that Wily amphibian. Wily amphibian. Fuck! Staying in.
It's staying in? Nice.
It's fucked.
Alright, whatever.
Oh, fuck now.
That's okay.
It's funnier in this way.
Wily amphibian. Wily. Fuck.
Everyone's heard of the Frogman. Seems like a common one here in the Midwest. What brought you to Chugwater?
One of the variables, yes, I was contemplating a move to Site 333 in the order to help contain that Jersey Devil of theirs, but once Director Richter contacted me, I realized my services were required here. Not only I would lead the hunt of Chugwater frogmen, but I would unravel the conspiracies around this small town.
Conspiracies?
Yes, like how the O5 Council is covering up Chugwater's lasting legacy. You can't tell me that it isn't strange that the site dedicated to Chugwater isn't allowed to know about the town's first recorded anomaly, or the fact that Chugwater's anomalous behavior is a result of collusion between the Majestic 12, the UIU, and the U.S. government.
The government? I think we know more than the government.
No. The wily suits are still holding so much from even us. There's always another level of secret, another level of clearance that obscures the mind. They feed you another life on top of a lie. Who's to say we didn't know about that damned windmill before him? Oh, no, wait. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's
also
gone.
doesn't help that you're sitting there like this, like you gotta go take a shit.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Me?
Yeah, like you posture.
I'm saying it with my chest.
Oh my
You
god.
posture so bad when you're doing voices.
When you hear that part again, you're gonna laugh so hard because it's going. I'm replaying in my head. It's so funny. Okay, go ahead.
Oh. Who's to say we didn't know about the damned windmill before, Who's to say we haven't been amnesticized? Think about it. The truth is out there.
That's quite a theory. I think I have what I need. We'll just move on to the next department.
Do we have to do this?
Richter's orders. Everyone's got to participate.
Alright, welcome to the Department of Pataphysics. I'm its unlikely head, Quinn Doodles. I've been here 6 years, got a degree in pataphysics, and I do art on the side.
And why would you say unlikely?
Because I'm its third head in the past year, our department has had a very sordid history, the second of which was researcher Chudley, and you can guess how that went. Responsibility fits that man like a glove, and within a month or two he was off found in his miscellaneous department. That just left me, one of the handful of surviving researchers from the CI attack that SCP-6419 caused.
You've had it rough, but it sounds like you're persevering.
I'm really trying my best, Maria, although it helps to work in a field so close to my own heart. See, in pataphysics, you get to better understand how artistic endeavors can shape narratives, whether it's by our own or the ones we create. That's why no matter what, I'm dedicated to keep a narrative safe from manipulation, even if the Ninth World is making that impossible.
Well, that's a very humble way of looking at things. How has the Ninth World affected your department?
The real question is, how hasn't it? We have a whole new country in the world thanks to Gamers Against Weed and Person of Interest 6940.
That's Peppa Pig's strongest soldier, right?
How can you say that with a straight face? But yes, Finland was their doing. In a way, this job feels like babysitting. We're trying to keep people from drawing outside the lines of canon, or at least shaping our canon into something we can't recover from.
Canon? Sorry, I don't quite understand.
And I don't expect you to. This is very abstract field of science, one that I'm looking forward to exploring with our new recruits. I want to see where their stories go and what their canvases will look like once their destinies are painted for the world to see.
Dr. Vincent, are you ready to record your introduction video?
Yes, apologies. Researcher Johnson, sometimes I get a little too carried away with my work. Hi, I'm Dr. Matthew Vincent, PhD. I'm the most tenured doctor on the site, with degrees in astrophysics, xenoreligions, and engineering. I've been with the Foundation for over 20 years, and I was invited just recently to head Site 78 space endeavors.
Can you tell us a little bit about why someone as qualified as yourself would come down and work with the rabble like us?
Rabble? Oh, Johnson, you downplay your own work. I'll admit that I could have gotten a more cozy spot at a place like Site 19, but an isolated place like Wyoming is perfect for stargazing. And what stars they are. You got stars that change color and comets that pass information to those who gaze upon their radiance. Could one even say that they were anomalous and this phenomena is just a fact of the universe? Could it be something to think about?
I don't think many share your opinions, but it's something I've thought about. When our status quo changes by the day, it's harder to say what an anomaly is and what is just a facet of life. Is there anything else you've been working on?
Well, I'm sure you noticed the symbols of the blackboard behind me. I've always dreamt of one day being in open communication with the Orthan civilization that dwell within the Terrazon 2 globular cluster. Globular cluster. Fuck it. Imagine it. Being able to speak with a Class 3 civilization with a common tongue. Orthan? The amount of knowledge we could gain from such a dialogue, I could spend hours picking their brains from their discoveries in physics and mathematics. What if they cured all diseases and ended hunger among their people?
Sounds a little too good to be true. Aliens, Doctor? Sounds far-fetched even for our Foundation standards.
But we have evidence to back it up. 7233 confirmed as much. And with the breakthroughs we've been making in quantum communication and spaceflight, I would hope that the ninth world bears the fruit we need to make this a dream before I'm just another withered fossil at the Chugwater Formation.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not that old. Who knows? Maybe the key you're looking for is somewhere in this backwater. But that's enough waxing poetic. That'll be the end of our tour. We hope this was as informative as it could be and that you enjoyed our presentations.
And that concludes our orientation on Site 78. Apologies if it isn't what you were used to. We here at 78 do things a little differently. Please view the following documents provided below before your first day. There is a lot to catch you up on. I hope that with all of you bright young minds coming into Site 78, we can make Site 78 one of the Foundation's premier facilities, no matter the cost.
Anna, first part of the set of 9 is a book. They're all books, by the way.
Yeah.
6419 is a leather-bound hardcover book with a blank front and back cover. On the spine of the book is an engraving that reads, in Roman numerals, 2 of 9. The book's primary effect activated... There you go.
I tried to stop you.
The book's primary effect is activated when a sentient being touches the book or views its contents directly. The effect will extend to the last person that view or touch the book once the current target expires. So what they were doing in their testing was making pigs read basically look at the book, and then all of a sudden the pig would have a heart attack and die. Anytime that they would try to use a drone or anything like that to view the book, anybody that was looking at that video monitor died. And it was more along the lines of Bird Box.
Ah, okay.
So it's basically once you see it, that's the end of it. Part 2 is the weapons manual. Say his name again?
Hephaestus.
Yeah, he's the creator of the manual, I guess. But I think it's more along the lines of just naming it after a certain person. What is Hephaestus, by the way?
Hephaestus is the Greek. Hephaestus is the Greek god of, I want to say, blacksmithing. So that makes sense for forging weapons. Forging, yeah.
There you go.
A couple different things, but it's like any Greek god, they're like the god or goddess of these 17 things. But I do believe he is the main Greek god of forgery.
And then just to give you an idea of what kind of weapons they were dealing with, we had an assault rifle. This was a fucking very. It's called a high velocity blade, just a very sharp ass fucking knife. But then again, it was like, wasn't it like an energy weapon or some bullshit? Mm-hmm. The displacing gauntlet was basically looking at like somewhere 100 meters away and then going there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the Bouncing Mary is basically what it sounds like. It's like a bouncing Betty.
Yeah.
But not a bouncing Betty. It's a bouncing ball.
Ah.
And she, this is actually made by Maria. If I'm not mistaken, this is made by Maria Johnston. Yep, it is. And I think Mary was the name of her sister, which we're actually going to be reading about her in a little bit, I'm pretty sure. Part 3. Part 3 is Dato's guide to designer rugs.
Yeah.
But it was a typo of rugs. We were supposed to say drugs, not rugs. But now it's rugs, not drugs.
Yeah.
For example, one heroine with an E, one rug, and then now this person is a superhero.
Oh. Okay.
That's it. Oh, by the way, I found more Dato for you. Just so you know, that like he's all over the fucking site, just being stupid as fuck.
Okay.
So like, I don't remember where I found his texts and stuff. It was something that I was like reading. It might be some of the Christmas shit that I was looking at. So we might be running into Dato's dumb. He's really dumb. I don't know.
I'm happy you made that clear now because I want to read it as like Dato, like Daddio.
Dato.
Dato.
We've been calling him Dato.
That's fine.
This whole conversation was Chudley and Leah Richter. I'm sorry, Chudley and Johnston talking to Leah Richter, trying to basically, persuade her into, saying that, this, the Gamers Against Weed, the PDF file, that is a genuine a genuine piece to the set, which once you put them all three in a certain place, the actual author of the set, anomalous being or whatever, I think her name was Cora.
Yeah.
She came out and fucking, told them, this was legit and all that crap. So then, pretty sure what happened is Johnson and Chudley both got promotions. That's what was talking about in the video, how he moved from one to another. Mm-hmm. He just got his bump up.
That's why
basically them proving, that Gamers Against Weed thing
is an actual piece of the set.
Right. That their credibility skyrocketed recently.
Okay.
But within that story, Cora was bringing up a lot of personal shit because she was more like the Red Skull from Marvel.
Yeah.
And just like knew a bunch of shit. So that's like Maria Johnson's sister. His name was Mary. She was brought up in that story as well. So like Chudley's past was brought up and stuff because she can tap into you and fucking read your shit.
Okay.
So with that being said, the last parts, well, technically the last 2 parts, it's 2 different chapters of the same story, is Lost Souls, Broken Toys. So this is going to be the end. Technically, we do have a side story, but we might just cover that as a bonus in a different time. It is a separate SCP. It's a 7233, which I'm pretty sure was just mentioned recently. Why do I feel like we've read this? I know we totally haven't. It's a hot air balloon. Oh, I'm such an asshole. This is basically a story that's going back in time and like giving us a little bit of information on what happened to her sister.
I think I'll be able to piece this together pretty quickly.
All right.
So, Rob, if you just want to start.
March 6, 2016. The sun's rays beamed through the window of the bedroom. Maria Johnson was standing on the right side of the room, admiring her sister's drawings.
You've really gotten good at this.
Maria pulled a drawing off the wall of a futuristic soldier with a sword on his hip and a rifle that looked straight out of Blade Runner.
Thanks. Since you have been away at college, I wanted to make some of my designs into reality.
She made a sweeping motion with her hands.
The Heroes of the Future Collection. Good name, right?
Maria smiled and repinned the drawing. Her sister was already working on her next piece. She took a seat to the drawing table, watching her work in progress.
So what's this one about?
Well, this one is more of an action piece.
She flipped through some of the sketches showing a soldier with high-tech gloves moving a box toward him with an unseen force.
Teleportation gloves? What purpose would that serve?
During combat, you could bring an enemy to you and get him with your sword.
She made a stabbing motion.
Or if you need to move stuff quickly.
Sounds kind of impractical. What if you didn't want to bring him into melee range?
She shook her head.
Maria, still, it needs a skilled user, obviously. Plus, it's all just fantasy. It works well because we want it to.
Maria chuckled.
I guess it does. Maybe you could give one to that, what would you call him? The one you drew up with the katana and casual clothes? A street samurai?
So everything that Maria has done in her career at the SCP Foundation, just so you know, because I know that you are might be a little bit lost on what's going on, but Maria's mobile task force that she runs is called Street Samurai. The teleportation glove from the fucking one manual that they made, that's that glove.
Yeah.
And then there's the ball that's even just named after Mary. Her sister's name's Mary, by the way.
Her sister raised her eyebrows.
Street Samurai. I love it. Oh, I wish you could just stay here and help come up with these concepts. You just had to go off in some fancy school for studying biology.
I'll be back home for the summer, Mary. Then we'll see how your collection turned out.
May 13th, 2022. A rolling crack of thunder startles Maria Johnson awake, pouring rain pounding against the window above her. It was in the afternoon, but the dark storm clouds above would have fooled anyone without access to a clock. She rubs her eyes as they adjust to the low light of the room. Johnson spotted a humanoid figure watching her and immediately jumped up against the backboard.
Rise and shine, gringo!
The humanoid smiled. It assuaged Johnson's fear, but her heart beating heavy in her chest.
Ugh, Avalera. What are you doing here?
Michaela Avalera. Mobile Task Force designation Omega 45-4. SCP designation SCP-7261-1. She was Johnson's closest confidant in the Foundation.
Simple, this is the part of the vampire movie where I come through the window and profess my love to you.
Really funny. You better not be hiding the fact that you breached containment.
Nope, you requested that thaumaturgic analysis in your house, remember? I'm the only thaumaturg on the staff, so Richter sent me, with handlers to make sure I didn't act up, of course.
Well, what did you find?
Johnson's voice was still shaky and reeking of paranoia.
Nothing, I checked every nook and cranny. No one's using magic to watch your house. There are no echoes of magic being used previously.
Check again.
I did, several times. You really need to relax.
Avalera had concern in her voice.
You weren't thorough enough. Cora is probably just manipulating us, making us believe that she isn't watching.
Johnson, listen to yourself.
Avalera crawled into bed with Maria.
What is with you? Your blood reeks of cortisol, not garlic for once. I don't know which is worse, to be fair.
Johnson took a deep breath.
I don't know what to think about anything anymore. I just feel like I'm being watched all the time.
Watched? Honey, you worked for the damn Foundation. We're both being watched 24/7.
No, I mean by her, Cora. Not only is she manipulating every facet of our lives, but she has eyes everywhere. I just can't take it.
Johnson hung her head.
No matter how you look at it, higher powers are always trying to manipulate us, Chica. But you always have a choice. Humans were given free will after all.
But free will can be taken away.
Johnson shook her head.
I'm sorry you had to see me like this.
Hey, you're the only reason I'm not just wasting away in my containment cell. Plus, you're our commander. I'm not the only one who's worried about you.
I know, and I'm trying to be there for you guys, but I feel so overwhelmed. There's something wrong with the world, I think.
Johnson got out of bed, leaning against her nearby dresser.
What do you mean?
It doesn't feel strange that every other day there's a new anomaly to catch, or some new group of interest we have to catch. It didn't used to be like this, until those damn books showed up.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Powers tend to attract bad actors. Just look at the spoke room.
It's not just that. How did you get into my house?
Through the front door?
You know, that's not what I meant. The ritual, how did you perform it? Don't you need more than one thaumaturge?
Normally, but I managed on my own. I just figured my magic was getting better.
Avalera pondered the situation, mouth slightly ajar.
Your magic is stronger, isn't it? I've noticed it in my work too, even with the anomalous. I've seen things that were thought impossible become possible.
And you think that the set of 9 had something to do with it?
It's just a theory for now. I remember reading something when I first joined the Foundation. It was a book speculating that the power of the anomalous waxes and wanes through history.
Like the moon.
Avalera hopped out of bed and walked over to Johnson's desk.
There's more evidence I've been gathering since I've been home. Sightings of the Chugwater Frogman are up. Wilson's Wildlife has reported a 150% increase in rescued critters in the past year. Avalera, are you paying attention?
Yeah, Frogman. Who is this a picture of?
Avalera held up a picture of Johnson and a younger girl.
That's Mary, my sister.
Johnson's eyes darted away from wherever Avalera was standing.
Mary and Maria? Your mother sure was great at naming.
Johnson closed her eyes and smiled.
You know, Chudley would say that was a total white girl moment.
Certified gringo activity. But seriously, I thought you didn't have any siblings.
I don't. Not anymore.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have joked about that.
No, it's fine. She would have thought it was funny. Mary passed away when she was just 17. Hodgkin's lymphoma. Just came out of nowhere and spread through her body like it was no one's business.
Adios mio, I am so sorry for your loss.
The one thing I couldn't have protected her from, foundation or not. Some hero I was.
Johnson's voice catches in her throat.
Don't beat yourself up. The best thing that we can do is honor her memory. Wait, I just realized. The Bouncing Mary. It's not named after you, is it?
A smile crosses Johnson's face.
In loving memory, I do my best to honor her through my designs.
Johnson clicked her tongue as she mulled over the memory of her sister. Would she really want her sulking around like this?
Come on, though. I'm sure John and whoever else Richter sent along doesn't want to wait in the rain all day.
You're going to work? It seemed like a wreck just a moment ago.
I just needed to be reminded of what I'm fighting for. You'll need to give me some time to shower, though. Catch you in 15?
I like how, so this person that she's talking to that entire time, Olivera, is an SCP, technically?
Mm-hmm.
What's this again?
Thaumaturgic.
Curse affecting certain female women or people native to a region in Mexico. Entities affected by 7261 are referred to as -1 instances. So she's just a female that's from that area in that region that got affected by a different SCP.
Oh, okay. It's a type of vampire from the indigenous, not even going to try it, folklore of Mexico, believed to be a shape-shifting witch that feeds on blood.
Chupacabra.
But human.
With no chupa and no cabra. An hour later, Johnson walked into Site 78 security checkpoint alongside Omega 45 members, John Cassington, Michael Avalera, and Cole Marcus. Michaela? I did that again.
That's fine.
It does look like Michael to me, too.
Michaela, who had to go through more rigorous security checks due to their weapons and Avalera's status as an anomaly. Johnson passed through one of the x-ray machines and slid her ID badge into the scanner. Identity confirmed. Level 4 researcher Maria Megan Johnson, Parabiological Sciences. Security officer Hanley Sue turned to Johnson.
You're all set? I see you got Omega 45 with you. Is everything okay?
Yes, we were just performing a house sweep. Nothing to worry about.
Must have been quite the sweep if you needed the Omegas. You can enter.
Thanks.
Johnson waited for the members of MTF Omega 45 to finish passing through security before telling them to go on about their business until called up. The soldiers saluted, and Johnson did the same. Now alone, she headed to the nearby hallway towards the Department of Maud. The inside of Maud's offices had dozens of workers processing uneventful data and filtering through irrelevant paperwork to reach Chudley's office in the back. Johnson gave the door a few knocks.
Chudley, it's Maria. Can I see you?
Yar!
Chudley responded. Johnson sighed. Chudley had taken to saying yar and nar instead of yes and no before she'd gone on her sabbatical. What a strange man. Johnson opened the door and took a seat in front of Chudley's desk. The man himself was reviewing a file, which was a rare find even on a good day.
What's got your attention?
Take a look.
SCP-77763 is approximately 45 millimeters of sentient...
No, not that one. Under that one.
Chudley threw his hand out before Johnson could finish reading.
Oh, all right. SCP-71777 is a series of billboards with various mildly threatening religious phrases. The one common denominator is that they share a phone number, 555 Find God. Interesting. Very mundane.
She handed the file back to Chudley, who placed it on his stack.
That's the name of the game down here. It's honest work, but boring work. It can be a bit refreshing after dealing with this big stuff.
Chudley cocked an eyebrow at Johnson.
Also, are you all right? You look tired.
I didn't sleep well. I'm hoping nothing really big comes up today.
You want coffee?
You know I don't drink that garbage. I need the good stuff.
Coming right up.
Chudley reached over to his mini fridge, procured an ultra-white monster, and handed it to Johnson. She graciously accepted, cracking it open and taking a sip.
That's the stuff.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about? Or did you just come to raid the mini fridge?
There were a few things. How are you holding up after meeting her?
Chudley's look went from one of aloofness to contemplation.
Oh, yes, our grand adversary. I've been keeping an eye out for any snakes. I don't want her sneaking up on us again.
He flashed a cheeky smile.
Real funny. It doesn't bother you that she's been watching us? Or potentially manipulating us?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Chudley reflected.
Who knows if she's telling the truth? Would knowing your story is being manipulated by an outside force really change how you operate?
I would just keep acting the same.
Johnson realized.
But we have to tread carefully. She could be anywhere.
Look, as someone who used to work in pataphysics, you get used to the idea of your actions might not be your own. I'm not about to live my life scared, and neither should you. You have way too many cool guns to be scared of deviant arts most wanted.
Johnson chuckled.
I guess you're right on that one. Maybe I'm just being a bit too paranoid. There was something else I wanted to mention, a theory that I had. Ever since the set came around, have you noticed anything different with the anomalous?
You're kidding. I wouldn't be able to run this department if there wasn't something going on. Everywhere you turn, there's some new doodad or trinket popping up. I thought it was just because we weren't expanding our containment efforts, but I remember something fishy about Peppa's pig's strongest soldier.
You noticed something fishy about a pig. Does he have gills?
No, I was referring to the smell. Of course, I was talking about his gills. Actually, it was about his abilities. His reality warping was originally confined to fictional work, but then one day he could manipulate work to nonfiction. He powered up.
And that's why Finland is no longer real. Or was never real?
Johnson sighed.
I'm still confused about that.
You and me both.
That does track with my theory. Anomalous abilities are growing stronger. Why? No freaking clue. It's good for us because it allows us to do more with our work, but for the enemy...
I get you. But there's no way to know for sure exactly. Again, could be some random chance.
Or it's our snake friend up to her tricks. Regardless, this was a nice talk. I have to get down to intelligence and see if there's anything that needs responding to.
Wait, before you go, I have to ask. Who is Mary?
Her name hit Johnson once again like a freight train, but she knew he would ask. She simply shook her head with a slight smile.
Nar.
Why won't you tell me who she is? We've been working together for this long. I assumed you would have trusted me more.
I'll tell you later. I promise. I need to get down to the intelligence and see if there's anything new.
All right. Godspeed, Johnson.
Several years ago,
Johnson. Maria. Are you all right?
an older male voice said to her. Maria snapped out of her lucid haze, having stared off into space.
Oh, sorry.
We were talking about how you've been dragging your feet in the lab. I just wanted you to know if you were all right and if there's anything I can do.
The words echoed in Johnson's head. She'd heard them over and over again, at the funeral, at the hospital, and now here at her place of learning. Why doesn't anyone get it? Johnson's voice quivered as she let out a small chuckle.
Am I all right? What kind of question is that? Would you be all right when the light in your life dies? My sister is dead, Professor, for 16 days now, and it doesn't get any better.
My apologies, Maria. I was not aware.
Johnson was still chuckling faintly.
Is there anything you can do?
She parroted.
You can't bring it back, can you? None of us can. We think we're so advanced, but a few renegade lymphocytes still do us in, no matter how hard we try. I don't know why people keep treating me like I'm fragile.
Her voice started to raise.
Like I could just break. But there is nothing left to break. She's gone.
Johnson got out of her seat.
She had so many wonderful ideas, and I was just going to try and make them a reality.
Tears were rolling down Johnson's reddened cheeks.
Now she'll never see them.
Well, there was something that I wanted to propose to you. It's the main reason why I brought you here.
He passed a set of papers in front of her, marked with a circular logo with 3 arrows pointing inwards.
Oh, shit. No. Well, you don't have the arrows on your shirt. I like it, though. I'm working with a government project that I feel you'd be good fit for. I think it might be the best way for you to keep your sister's dreams alive. This organization has technology you've never seen.
Johnson stared blankly at the pages as she flipped through them. Her eyes darted from word to word, seeking biological terms she thought were only fantasy, creatures beyond the human imagination. Perhaps he was right. Maybe this is the place she could make real change, to be like the heroes that her sister used to draw.
What do you say, Maria? Would you give it a shot?
The words were heavy on her tongue.
Maria. So that's cool. A little, that's her basically, I feel like just having another flashback to her college days and before she even got to the foundation.
Right. Said, the 3 arrows were a nice little tease.
Johnson, we have something.
One of the intelligence technicians said, snapping Johnson from her train of thought. She took a sip of her monster and approached. Whenever she heard those words, they usually meant trouble.
What do you have for me?
She said, looking at paused video footage of a girl walking down a back alley.
This just came down from Director Moose over at Site 19. She wants to know if Omega 45 can respond.
A video was played of several armed men escorting young men and women inside of an establishment. The video feed then cut inside to a club-esque setting where patrons were being served drinks with disheveled-looking people doing drugs nearby. More images flashed by of the interior rooms with men and women suffering signs of drug abuse. Johnson's time in Mexico made her recognize the insignia she saw on some of the products being offered. Sin nombre. No number.
Where was this footage taken?
Johnson's voice quivered with anger seeing those poor women in such a state. She knew the cartel trafficked and forced women into these types of jobs, but to actually see it, there wouldn't be enough Gauss rounds in the armory for the people responsible.
Footage was geolocated to Cheyenne. It's been operating for a week now. This place is called La Curandera.
On our turf? Not on my watch. Tell Director Moose we'll handle...
Johnson trailed off as her head throbbed hard. Her vision went blurry and nearly stumbled over. A voice rang in her ear.
There you go, gallantly off pretending to be a hero. Didn't you order the executions of civilians just last month? You've always been a scared little girl.
Cora's voice echoed in her brain, assaulting every synapse with her breathy voice.
Johnson, are you all right?
Johnson regained her composure and looked to see Rhina Blunt, Omega 45's heavy weapons specialist, standing by her.
Yeah, I just got lightheaded for a second. As I was going to say, we've got a mission to do. I want everything you can gather on La Curandera sent to me. Rena, you are with me.
At once, boss.
The technician turned back to their workstation while Johnson started walking with Blunt in tow.
Johnson, the Electroballistics Division wants me to tell you that they finished their arc pistol prototype.
Rena said.
Excellent. I can head over there and check in. Let John and the rest of the squad know to be ready to move once intelligence figures out where that girl's mom had been hiding.
Can do.
Rena started to walk off from Johnson, but stopped as she said,
Oh, have the armory make sure my Hephaestus grade bodysuit is ready. I will be joining you in the field this time around.
As in from a command center, or...
I mean in the field, Blunt. I'll be leading this operation personally.
Pardon me, ma'am, but you don't have any combat training. It's not...
Safe? I've tested every weapon I sent you in the field and cleared all training courses. I've defended this site against the Chaos Insurgency and directed the Street Samurai in the worst of situations.
Johnson's voice trembled.
I didn't mean to offend. I just don't understand why.
That's an order, Blunt.
I understand. I'll tell the men to get ready.
Damn.
I mean, it's she is kind of crazy though.
Yeah.
Like she seems like obviously she's having problems. I didn't honestly think Cora was fucking with her until I thought she was just a little paranoid. But no, she's totally in her head a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But like she goes from like this person that she seems like you work in an office, you're just a fucking field researcher. You're not, or you don't necessarily belong in the field, but she's like, watch me.
Yeah.
Plus all the shit's hers anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Samantha Russell unlocked the door to her house with this month's bills in her hand. The 17-year-old had been living by herself with only her dog to keep her company. She was feeling exhausted after a shift and her uniform was dirty from the day's work. The last thing she needed was to be reminding of crippling financial obligations.
Bubba, I'm home. You won't believe the day I had.
Her golden retriever came scampering by as she slapped the mail on the kitchen table and kicked her shoes off. She bent down to pet him, rubbing behind his ears.
Still no mom?
Bubba yipped.
Yeah, I figured. But I'm glad you were here to keep watch for her. She could be back any day now, you know?
She got up and looked around. The house was still looking spotless for her mom's eventual return. It had been 3 years since she disappeared without a trace. She figured her mom wouldn't have left without a good reason, even if her mom had a tendency to give in to her vices at times. As much as she missed her, there really wasn't much she can do but wait. Sam headed for her bedroom next, taking off her uniform and tossing it in the hamper. She then changed into her PJs and hopped into bed. She rolled over and stared up at the ceiling, her mind drifting to the thought of the Wanderer's library. It had started a few months back. She had pressed her hand against her bathroom mirror, and suddenly she was there. A kind librarian had given her a card and told her the rules of the place. Sam was special in that she can create portals, so-called ways to the library. She was free to come and go as she pleased, and as long as she stayed away from the restricted sections. Sam wished she could spend all her time in the library, away from the creepy customers and the annoying Karens. It had become a place of solace that she could escape to when life got hard or her loneliness overtook her. However, despite supposedly holding infinite knowledge, the librarians couldn't tell her what happened to her mother. She held her hand up to the air and began to distort the reality in front of her.
Maybe one day I'll open the way to her. Wouldn't that be nice?
She put her hand down and pulled the blanket over the top of her, drifting off into the realm of sleep. Unbeknownst to her, a visitor was at the door, waiting to be let in. The plates of her powered armor rattled and settled as Johnson pushed her shoulders back and straightened out her spine. She'd only tested a Hephaestus-grade bodysuit once back during the prototype stage. Now that she had on the finished product, she couldn't help but marvel at it. Despite being decked out from the neck to her toes in adamantite plate, she hardly felt any weight on her, and she had still had full range of motion. She was equipped with 2 adamantite blades on her left hip, 1 long sword and 1 short sword like the samurai of old. On her right, she had the newly made arc pistol prototype in a holster. She was standing in the back of a Foundation armored truck, various members of the Mobile Task Force Omega 45 sitting on benches ready to be addressed.
Alright, our assignment comes from the higher-ups at Site 19. The Sin Nombre cartel has established a small drug manufacturing plant underneath a club they own in Cheyenne. Aside from the usual bar food and cocktails, it also serves as a front for anomalous drug deals. We have reason to believe that the workers have been trafficked and are forced to perform the club's duties, as well as being guinea pigs for experimental drugs in the club's private rooms.
Johnson explained, her stomach rolling at the thought. It's pretty cool because it's like imagine like putting on an Iron Man suit for the first time.
What's the policy regarding civilians? From the brief, it seems like there could be more than 100 patrons in there tonight.
Agent Cassington asked, known by Omega 45-1. John Cassington was the squad's leader.
Mobile Task Force's Shinigami Eyes and copyright trolls will be setting up a perimeter around the club for civilian processing. Any Wyoming residents and trafficked workers are to be amnesticized and sent on their way. These workers will be returned to their proper homes. Any criminals we find amongst them will be forwarded to the proper authorities. Our goal here is to simply secure the building, and then the auxiliary teams will come in to grab the civilians who weren't evacuated.
I have to say thanks for accepting this assignment. Growing up in Tlaxcala, I've seen many go missing and never return home. Their families would have been in your debt if they knew what we've done.
Thalastris let out a deep chuckle. Thalastris was a former Valraven Greek branch Valkyrie and the team's melee combat instructor.
You just want to taste the flesh of cartel malacas on your teeth before the night's over.
I never said I didn't. I'll tear those bastards apart for what they've done.
And you'll get to. But don't be reckless. Members of the Sin Nombre are known to enhance their bodies through anomalous substances use, and some of them have thaumaturgic potential. I suspect your weapon should make quick work of them, but don't be surprised if someone shrugs off a Gauss round.
Johnson said as she went to sit between the two of them.
So, Commander, what's with the new pistol?
Agent Blunt asked.
Oh, this?
Johnson pulled out the weapon from its holster. A sleek, dark blue metal weapon. Its barrel had a coil-like appearance, and instead of a traditional hole at the end of the barrel, it had a tuning fork.
The latest from electroballistics. It fires an arc of concentrated electricity that can down a target from 50 meters. On its lowest setting, it's comparable to getting hit by a taser. On the highest setting, it'll fry a Valkyrie systems.
You're creating weapons to fight Valraven? I thought Director Richter said they were off limits.
I'm aware of the Cartagena agreement, Rena. This is me preparing for the inevitable. With Valraven searching for the set of 9, it's only a matter of time before we come to blows.
when they had the weapons manual, because it was a meeting between the O5 Council and then Omega 45 probably as well, because they're the ones that were using the book. I think, if anything, if I remember this correctly, the book was somewhere within the Foundation.
Okay.
And then Omega 45 said to them and said, hey, is it possible that we can get the book and start using it to create weapons to fight against the Chaos Insurgency and the Valraven Corporation? God damn, am I good.
Johnson is right. Valraven needs to be put in its place. The Ravens mock us from behind that treater. Richter's just turning a blind eye to their crimes.
I guess it doesn't hurt to be prepared.
Rena shook her head.
You still good to go out there with us?
Stop being so hard on the commander. She's earned enough favor with Hephaestus. It's time she spilled her blood for Ares.
Ares is the god of war.
Ah.
Oh, okay. So who is Thalestris again? Is he and it said
I think
something.
he was the Valraven.
But I like that though, how she earned enough favor with Hephaestus. It's time she spilled blood for Ares, because Hephaestus, again, was the god of metalworking, if you will, and then she spilled blood for Ares. It's time she spilled blood for Ares. Ares is the god of war. So I want to note, I quite like that quote there.
So when we were reading this part in particular, that last piece of stuff that we got going on there with the task force getting ready to go do their thing, I had a really bad vibe about the place that they're going to, where I feel like it's a setup. Like, she's being set up, she's being manipulated by Cora, thinking that, making everybody else think that this is happening, this is all real, we're going to go to this location, and then they're just about to get wiped the fuck out.
I could see that.
So I'm a little nervous.
Johnson pulled out a stress ball from under the seat and began to bounce it in front of her. She focused on the metal thuds and slow but steady breathing, drowning out the voice of her teammates. Sam was startled awake by a knocking on the front door.
What the hell? Who could that be?
She pulled herself out of bed and stepped into her slippers before walking towards the door.
Coming. You don't have to pound so hard. You're going to take the door off the hinges.
Sam said as she unlocked it. She blinked twice at the woman standing on the welcome mat, her mouth slightly agape. She didn't know what to say, with so many words were flooding into her brain, but Sam had no idea which ones to use first.
Hi, honey, can I come in?
Jane Russell said with a warm smile. Some people would have been angry or started spouting off questions, but for Sam, the only thing she could do was to lunge forward into a hug. She held her mother tight against her body. She needed to be sure that she was real, that actual flesh and blood was standing before her.
Oh, Sam, you're squeezing Mommy too tight. I'm sorry I was gone for so long.
No, you don't have to be sorry.
Sam pulled away from her and let her in.
Come inside. I think I need to say sorry. If there was something that I said that made you leave, I made sure the house was clean.
Sam was tripping over her words.
And the bills have been paid, and I haven't touched a single one of your...
Sam's mom put a hand on her shoulder.
Sam, calm down. It's all right. You didn't make me leave, and I'm glad that you didn't put so much work into taking care of the house while I've been gone.
Then why did you go?
Sam grabbed her mother's arm and pulled up her sleeve.
There are no needle marks here. Have you been clean?
As a whistle.
Then was there a guy? I don't understand.
We have a lot to discuss, Samantha. How about I make you your favorite lunch and we talk about it? Buttered grilled cheese with jalapenos?
Mom, I like red peppers on my grilled cheese, not jalapenos.
Right. Sorry. One grilled cheese coming up.
She hurried off to the kitchen as Bubba came running past Miss Russell and Sam.
Hey, boy, she's back.
She picked up the dog and brought him with her to the kitchen, tears welling in her eyes.
She's back. She's not back. That's not her mother.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
if you don't know what the fuck her favorite sandwich is, then you're
Absolutely
full of shit.
not. Yeah. I mean, there's a big difference between jalapenos
Who
and peppers.
is Samantha?
The mom.
No.
No, wait.
Jane's the mom.
Oh.
Samantha was the SCP. Oh my god. She's a D class. Yo. Oh god. Okay. So, back when we read the SCP, that it was the book that the pigs gave the pigs heart attacks.
Yes.
Do you remember somebody that was manipulated by the author? Like, it was the guy.
Yeah.
The guy was reading the book and he was okay to read the book.
Yeah.
And the D class member that was still there, that was surviving everything because they were being manipulated. That's Samantha.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. The truck came to a halt just as Johnson's ball returned to her hand.
Showtime, let's go.
Johnson stood up and went to open the doors to the back of the truck.
You aren't going to say the thing?
Agent Cole Marcus, the squad's resident slacker, asked.
What thing?
You know, the thing you always say before every mission. It's a little cheesy, but I always love hearing it.
Oh, pardon me. I've been a bit stressed. How could I forget? Coil's hot, ladies and gentlemen.
There was a roaring cheer as the squad filed out behind their leader. The club stood in front of Johnson, its dim neon sign being the only illumination in the area. Being the only illumination in the area beside the lights of the Foundation trucks on the roads around it. There was a lot of movement and commotion from Foundation soldiers setting up equipment and getting into position on nearby rooftops. As Johnson went to talk to one of the officers ordering people into place, she heard a voice.
So this is the illustrious Street Samurai, your collection of broken toys. It's funny, the first thing you thought of when you came into your employ was making them kill people. You didn't think a nice quiet life served to heal their scars?
Johnson disregarded Cora's mocking as the soldier in front of her saluted.
Greetings, researcher. Sergeant Aaron Feldman, Sigma 27-1 of the Copyright Trolls at your service.
Eddie, Sergeant, what's your status? Have we been made yet?
Our technicians have looped the footage on the outside building cameras and we've detained the bouncers. So far, no one has noticed the disappearance.
Must be a busy night for them then. What about civilian traffic?
Roadblocks are in place and we have people redirecting traffic. Our cover story is that is a police matter.
Good. Don't move into the building until I signal. If we don't have radio back in an hour, you move in.
Got it. We'll keep watch.
Johnson turned to speak to her team.
I'm not expecting these guys to go quietly, but try to take prisoners when possible. Richards, Cole, Blunt, you go around the back. I'm assuming the drug lab is somewhere in the basement level. Find and neutralize it.
Come on. Why do you always send me first into all the dangerous places?
Because she's trying to get rid of you, Cole.
I am. Olivera, Thalastris, Cassington, you're with me. Cassington and Thalastris will secure the club. Olivera and I will find the private rooms and make sure they're clear. Any questions?
Sir, no sir.
Cole responded.
Cole, you know better than to call me sir. I work for a living. Let's go, for the betterment of humanity.
The team repeated Site 78's mantra as Cole, Richards, and Blunt circled the building, leaving the rest of the team to approach the doors. As Johnson put her hand on the handle, she saw Cora leaning against the wall.
For the betterment of humanity. Is that what you tell yourself to justify the murders you are about to commit?
I'm getting real tired of you.
Johnson said under her breath, her fingers trembling on the handle. She was right in a way. Johnson never killed anyone before, only ordered her men to do so. Did she have the stomach for it? Only one way to find out. She pushed the door open and immediately her squad flanked her on all sides. Cassington had his Gauss rifle drawn, Avalera her pistol, and Thalastris her mighty spear. They were greeted, however, not by enemies, but by a terrified receptionist.
Don't say a word. We're here to help.
The receptionist threw her hands in the air. She had no loyalty to her criminal employers and wasn't looking to get shot. She had no idea if these people were from a rival gang or from some type of federal agents, but figured they were her best chance.
Where are the private rooms? I assume the dance floor is up that way?
Johnson pointed to a door on her left and the receptionist nodded. She then pointed to a set of stairs on Johnson's right.
Thank you. There are people outside that can help you.
The receptionist nodded and ran past the Omegas. Cassington gave Johnson an affirmative nod before leaving with Thalastris. Johnson drew her sidearm, keeping it down and at arm's length.
Am I taking point or you?
Avalera asked as they approached the stairs.
I'll go first. Stay right by me.
Johnson took the first steps up. Her breathing was slightly elevated, and her trigger finger moved anticipatingly on the guard. She'd always been good at keeping her nerves under control, but today was different. Last time she led troops in the field like this, they were on home turf, and she had control of the field of engagement. Here she did not, and that fact terrified her. As she took her final step and turned into the hallway, a loud bang rang out. She felt a slight impact against her right shoulder plate as the bullet ricocheted off. Standard ammunition plates should hold against that.
Stand down, and I won't have to.
She was cut off by another shot, but she was quick to retaliate with her own. She swung her arms up and fired off her arc pistol, a low hum followed by a flash of electricity. Her attacker collapsed to the ground in a seizing fit as more guards came rushing down the stairs. Johnson snapped her head towards Avalera, but the anomalous woman was already on it. She moved like a blur past Johnson, and her enhanced speed allowing her to easily dodge the haul of bullets they unleashed from their automatic rifles. Johnson had no such reflexes and ducked into the next room in a panic. Her shoulder slammed against the doorframe, opening it up with her sheer weight. She, however, wasn't expecting to be grabbed by a certain cartel henchman inside. Her adamantite frame left a large dent in the wall as she slammed against it, her pistol flying out of her hand, clattering to the ground. Before she could even recover, she had her by the throat. She could see her life flashing before her eyes as she struggled to breathe. He yelled at her in Spanish as she desperately thrashed and struggled underneath him. The adrenaline coursing through her veins made it near impossible to think. She had to act fast, or this would be the end of her. Johnson reached for her short sword, pressed the button on the hilt to activate its vibration generator, and drew it. In one clean cut, she'd nearly cleaved the man in two. Blood spattered all over her armor as the man let out a surprised gurgle and fell limply on top of her. She grunted and pushed the corpse off of her, staring blankly at the pool of blood forming on the floor below. A reminder from her anatomy lessons flashed through her brain.
There's at least 6 liters of blood in the human body. I slashed through his aorta. Now it's all over the ground. And me.
She looked down at her bloodied hands, dropped her weapon, and screamed. The sword clattered against the ground and buzzed incessantly, the adamantine blade vibrating at such speed the slightest touch would rip through her flesh as easily as she had just done. Her head was throbbing. The metallic smell of his blood was finally hitting her nose. She knows this was the reality of combat, but something felt wrong. Where was the sense of victory? Of glory? She just had dispatched one of society's worst, but she didn't feel good at all about it.
Murderer!
Cora's phantom spat as she began approaching Johnson.
Happy that you finally got to play with your toys?
It was self-defense. He was going to kill me.
She put her hands on her throat, the warm blood from her hands staining her neck.
Excuses, there's always a choice. You chose violence the day you picked up my manual, instead of locking it up like a good little jailer you are.
She dropped to her knees in front of Johnson.
No, I didn't choose this life. You forced this on me with your damn books.
Cora dragged her hands through the corpse's blood and grasped Johnson's face, staring into her very soul.
We follow the same path, you and I. You sought knowledge to be a hero just as I sought paradise. Well, this is what being a hero under the veil is like. You die in the dark so people like your sister can live in the light.
Shut up!
Johnson stood up, hand on her longsword, only to find there was no one else in the room except for a shivering man in rags.
Who are you talking to, girl? You killed my dealer.
He complained, his mind too addled to really understand what had just happened. Johnson retrieved her short sword, turning it off, and cleaned the blood off by rubbing it against a clean spot on her armor.
You should get out of here. Cops will be here any minute.
Johnson didn't pay any attention to him as she collected her pistol. She needed to find Avalera. She noticed that the gunfire had all but stopped and the pounding of her ears ceased. Entering the hallway, she saw the remains of the guards from earlier, their throats torn out and the walls covered in blood spray. Johnson continued past their bodies to find charred corpses lining the stairs, no doubt a result of Avalera's pyromancy. As she made her way up the stairs, she could hear a wet crunching sound followed by a disturbed growling. Her grip tightened on her sidearm as she rounded the corner to the third floor, letting out an audible gasp when she saw a hunched over figure feasting on the bodies in the middle of the hall. She raised her weapon, hands trembling. Johnson felt Cora's hand on her shoulder.
You reap what you sow, jailer, letting the monsters out of their little boxes.
The figure raised its head, having finished gorging on the neck of an unfortunate cartel lackey. It was Avalera, but she was almost unrecognizable with blood covering her mouth and her long hair obscuring her face. Her hands were morphed into fierce eagle talons, but they began to revert to her human hands. She swallowed the blood and viscera in her mouth and began to approach the terrified Johnson.
You missed your chance to rid the world of one more monster in that church. Set your weapon too high and rectify your mistake.
Cora hissed like a snake.
Commander, sorry, I didn't come back. I got a little swarm, but these floors are cleared of cartel. Are you all right?
She asked innocently. She was now arm's length from Johnston, who lowered her weapon.
Avalera, he was going to...
As Johnson was stammering, Avalera glanced at Johnson's bloodied armor.
I moved my weapon and he split open so quickly and there was just so much.
Hey, it's going to be all right. Your first is never easy.
The second gets better?
No, it never does, but you get better at tuning it out. Remember why you're doing this and that you'll see through.
I did this for Mary, to be a hero like the ones we grew up idolizing. But this stalking around in the dark, dispatching lowlifes isn't what I imagined being a hero was like.
Heroism comes in many shapes, Maria. It's not romantic, but we're doing this for the greater good, right? We gotta keep these drugs out of Wyoming.
You're right, it's just... I haven't been thinking straight lately.
Maria put her hand on her head, the throbbing slowly returning.
Combat isn't for everyone. If you need me to bring you back to the command center...
Time seemed to slow down for Johnson as she thought introspectively. Reality rushed back to Johnson. She holstered her weapon.
I can do this. Just no more eating people.
I can't make any promises, but I'll try to be less violent.
Look, I get these guys strike a nerve with you, but we have to try to be better.
You're a better woman than me, Johnson. Let's get these rooms cleared and see if Cole hasn't gotten himself into any trouble.
Sam remarked as she bit into her grilled cheese. All of those familiar flavors rushing through her taste buds, just like Mom used to make. Her mother sat down at the table next to her as she was chowing down.
You like it, sweetie? I know it's been a while since I made one, but...
It's great, Mom. Even if it was burnt, I'd eat it. I'm so glad to have you back. You have to tell me where you've been.
To tell you the truth, Sam, I was on the run.
On the run? From who?
They call themselves the SCP Foundation. They want to lock away people like us because we're different.
Different? Different how?
Did her mom have the same abilities as her? She never knew her mom to be magical in any way. To her surprise, her mother grabbed a nearby glass of water and with an incantation turned it into wine and drank it.
5 years vintage. I still got it.
She chuckled and sat it back down.
I have abilities too. I can open ways. Do you know what those are?
I do. I've been to the Wanderer's Library many of times. But the Foundation took my library card and now the ways have become unusable for me.
That's terrible. But why not say anything? Why lie to me about these powers that I'd inherit?
I did not know that you would inherit them. You're special, Samantha. You awaken to powers when you shouldn't have. It's a sign.
A sign of what?
A sign that the world is entering a new age of magic and wonder. I came back when I learned that you'd come into your powers. I need your help, Sam.
She came back for a favor? She said she would have told her to get out right then and there, but she didn't. Sam was too desperate to have her back in her life, so she asked what kind of help she needed.
There's a book in the Wanderer's Library. It contains the location of a weapon that we need to bring about paradise.
Paradise? Who's we?
We are the Nausea, a group of individuals like you and me who want to see the world brought into paradise. Imagine a world where magic roams free, where there are talking cats, no foundation to lock us up, and dragons. Dragons flying free over the mountains of the world. Won't you help us achieve this paradise?
It did sound nice, but Sam still had her doubts.
Why do you need me then? Doesn't anyone in your group have library cards?
One way or another, we've lost our ability to go to the library. But Sam, you can enter ways from any place. No rituals needed.
I can. I'll get you there, Mom. We'll be together in paradise, right?
Of course, sweetie.
She said as she stroked Sam's hair.
We'll be together forever.
Johnson and Avalera had run into a bit of a snag, a leopard-sized one. An anomalous creature with the body of a man and the head of a jaguar stood between them and the next door. It growled and snarled at them, ready to pounce. Johnson was getting tired. They had been fighting with it for the past 15 minutes. The two sides stood eyeing each other up, ready for their next move. Johnson promised herself for her resolve wouldn't waver. If they had to put it down, they would. It charged forward at them, and Avalera responded by drawing her sidearm and firing at its legs. The tungsten slugs whizzed by at Mach speed, and a lucky shot directly on its kneecap tore through and blew out the back of its knee. It roared in pain as it fell on its wounded joint, only to find Johnson's adamantite boot impacting with its chin from a running kick. A wave of relief passed over Johnson as her breathing began to calm. The line hadn't been crossed again for now.
Knowledge you gotta,
Avalera said as she reloaded her weapon.
Now?
Johnson asked, staring at the creature who slowly began to revert to a normal man.
Translations vary. It's easy to say they're mages who can transform.
I think I saw something about them when I was researching the myths related to you. Come on, we got one last door to check.
Johnson moved to the end of the hall and opened the door with Avalera shadowing her. Inside was a woman sprawled out on the bed in a state of half-consciousness.
Shit! Hey, are you alright?
Johnson got down next to her and tried to shake her awake.
Johnson, her blood is rotten.
Johnson snapped back towards Avalera.
Rotten? What do you mean rotten?
She's got so much anomalous crap coursing through her. I can smell it from here. She's dying.
Johnson didn't want to believe it. She had to try something. She'd seen enough people die under her watch. Her mind instantly went to the place she felt most comfortable, science. Johnson pulled a med kit from her belt, grabbing a syringe filled with an anti-drug. She jabbed it into the woman's arm in the hopes that it would reverse the reaction. The woman's eyes suddenly shot open. She grabbed onto Johnson's armor and pulled her close.
You have to take care of my chickadee, please.
Who is your chickadee? What are you talking about?
My daughter. Take care of my daughter.
The woman's grip slowly loosened from Johnson's collar before falling onto the bed. The woman's breathing stopped shortly after.
Are we thinking the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
In the hopeful light in Johnson's eyes flickered out like a dying candle. She was so sure that this mission would go out without a hitch. The bad guys defeated, the people returned to their homes, and the street samurai returning as unsung heroes. But someone wouldn't be returning home. The what-ifs began to circle in her head, and she heard Avalera saying a prayer for the woman. Could she have been faster? Could she have done something better? She clenched her fist and closed her eyes. No, she'd been through this before with Mary. The only thing she could make this right was to honor the woman's dying wish, just as she'd made Mary's dreams a reality. Johnson solemnly searched the woman for identification. If she was going to find her family, she needed a place to start. She found her wallet and took her driver's license. Jane Russell, age 34.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew exactly where that was going.
I didn't connect the whole drug thing there. She was like, "Oh, you don't have no needle marks," and she was clean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like a nice, good,
Ending
to it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I like how how he did piece this together, or they pieced it together, with the structure of the set of 9 and ending on that note, I guess. And if that is the end to the actual set, no, which was funny because we only really know like 3 or 4 different parts of that set.
Yeah.
Maybe more will come up once we go deeper into Site 78 within the Ninth World Hub and shit like that.
Maybe. Let's hope.
I mean, with that only being like our second tale that we've read, technically,
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily enjoy that, but I also, it's full picture, closure, all that crap. It's one
It
of
is
those things that
closure.
I like a lot.
I'll give you that.
But speaking of closure,
Mm-hmm.
now it's time to end this episode and to end this season,
Wow.
because 1 year later, we're still going, and we're still going to keep doing this until somebody tells us to stop.
Someone going to tell us to stop?
I don't
think so.
I don't think anybody.
I think we'll
wants
just
to
keep doing it forever.
We'll just keep doing it until somebody wants to pick it up.
Yeah.
But for that to happen, people need to share this podcast with other people. Like, if you're listening to this right now, please comment and find, like, if you have a SCP, like a favorite one that you want us to read, we will do it for you. I know that even Anna just said not too long ago that she has a list that she wants to send our way. So hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, with that being said, thank you, both of you,
Yeah.
for being here today.
I'm glad to be here for the beginning and the end of the season.
And then for the start of the next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Changing it up a little bit, but if everything, it's just going to pretty much be the exact same thing. Maybe a different face is all. But keep your ear to the ground for the next season. And until then, we'll see you.
Yeah, later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.